Hello boys, my name is Koyoshi. Welcome back to my blind playthrough. Xenoblade Chronicles free for Switch with the Japanese voices enabled. In the last video we ended off, well, what else could I say? Doing more grinding of the gems and killing more enemies. So, fun fact, all of the monsters we need for the grind setup that we need for the Ravoons, these are actually big giant dragons in the water. They can only be found here, and unless you want to take out a big giant super boss, which I think is also located here, which I'm definitely not doing without a full level 99 party. You're probably going to want to do some other stuff. Fortunately, there's not really a good grind setup for these Ravoons. There's 2 here, and that seems to be about it. It can be very tricky to pick up the drops, though, in this area. Because this thing has a really weird hitbox. Remember, this thing is a big giant dragon. Trying to find the drops can be quite tricky. And then you start having to look to like this yellow setup all the way in the back. Turns out the actual drops drop quite a significant amount behind him. It's significantly annoying, actually. More than what you would normally think possible. That was annoying, we missed a burst there. Thankfully, they are all elite, so they at least take longer to kill, and you don't need to do 99 down strat. Gosh, this thing is quite frustrating to deal with. I'm not going to worry about chaining, by the way, because with this sap, we don't really have a good amount of attack stuff. Also, they just straight up disabled half of our arts. Surprisingly, it did disable all of our arts, so some air two were still able to act, but we're kind of stuck unable to use our arts. I don't think I've ever seen a monster that can do that. I'm gonna need to know that, because obviously the unique monster is probably going to do that too, and that's going to make it really annoying. Disabling attack arts out of units. We might need to have debuff resistance to not have that activate. Anyway though, like I said, the drops here are really tough to find because it's big giant hitbox and this weird spot with dropping them means that your character will regularly get lost just trying to get the freaking drops. There's a reason why I didn't farm this for a while, and I guess this is one of the reasons. Thankfully, I think only need the purple materials from them, as they are a very high level monster, so they'll basically drop them almost guaranteed. It's just kind of a problem figuring out where to actually go. It seems that it's in between, like, half of their value or whatever. Like, halfway down their tails, where they actually drop their materials. But anyways, we're gonna be taking out plenty of these, so I don't worry too much. Because they are massive, they also do give a pretty good XP award, so I guess there's that. But Mel, that was a serious endeavor just to even find one. So there's one east of Twin Palm Isle, which is right here. Another being south. Thankfully, you may have to go around a little bit more, unfortunately, for them, because each of these Ravoons are kind of in a bullier spot. I could have potentially taken out these monsters by being quite dangerous at the time we initially fight them, so I didn't want to bother going through it. So I'm going to show you where all three of the different monsters are, though in my opinion, one of the other ones because it's not unique, we do get a much easier burst rate. But it would probably be easier to farm this than a super boss anyway. We could do it technically since we have a hammer person, but we pretty much require it in order to make out as big as that. Otherwise, it'll be really tricky. If you're wondering how to get some of the extra drops you might need on the purple side to specifically do certain grinds, unfortunately it involves doing a lot of unique monster grinds, some of which we do during this run just to get certain stuff. So it's really tricky. So there is another spot you can go, but the monster items just tend to get so far stuck behind somebody else that it basically guarantees that I do other stuff. Also, by the way, you can cancel debuffs by going into a chain, so you might see that if we get aren't able to skip the debuff, though if we're able to keep our loop going for basically eternity, it shouldn't actually be that bad. We just need to make sure that we keep on hitting the break. I think I did the break a little bit too early. So one thing you can also do, Chain has a secondary effect as well. It actually removes all of your debuffs, so by just using that, I was able to immediately remove the debuffs that were on me. That's one thing. Another thing you can do to get rid of the nasty debuff that basically stops you from even using any arts altogether. Basically, any attack arts are forbidden while that effect is active. That it uses. Anyway. That was unlucky. Daze resist? That's pretty rare, but also I should say that was very vulnerable, so I guess that makes sense. Should never rely on him to Daze. My bad. I'm gonna try to use the healers so we don't go over 100% here, ideally. But it can be kind of tricky. Oh, here's our Daze. Should have just used Meal from the beginning. Use your burst. We could have actually just used your burst too, because like, yeah, whatever. And the chain. Oh, right. Did a stupid auto battle thing. It's annoying. Pressing minus for only a split action still makes the game think that you're doing auto battle. Whatever, it worked out. I guess we get a 300% bonus. Also, it looks like we pulled something else. I'll see you in a minute after we actually kill him. Fortunately, there's not a better way to find Ravoons. So we probably have been dying past them a lot considering the big giant items. They're not that hard to... We need shoots as well, which actually are in this area too, but there's a better area to farm them right here. So just like any other monster in the game, after you've fought them a bit, you do other stuff. But otherwise, annoyingly enough, Ravoons are some of the most trolliest monsters to fight probably in this whole game. Compounded by the fact that the only monster you could realistically farm the materials off is a super boss, and typically you want the right 10 gems before even fighting him, so unfortunately, because of that, unfortunately, this route I show you is what I found to be the most optimal. There is one other one in a different spot, but the monster is in a weird spot where materials will regularly get stuck as your burst character tries to pick up the materials. And it can be really annoying. Also, you can sometimes randomly target these shoots instead of the enemy you want. It's also quite fast, so it's very quick. It'll get away if you don't give it enough time. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. No, it just cheats itself. So if you go too close to it for some reason with your ship also, that apparently causes it to despawn. So it won't actually spawn in unless you're got enough distance away. Which is weird because there is supposed to be one over here, but it's been regularly despawning on me. I guess there are plenty of ships in the nearby area too. Alright, I'm gonna have to walk over to it from here to... Yes, it was despawning, by the way, if anybody's wondering. And yeah, that can happen with any monster you do, but Devil especially for a monster that's really... fine. Well, you have to kind of get somewhat close to it. My gosh. We're chasing it pretty much forever. I finally turned around. I'm gonna use basically my first start that I get access to. There we go. Okay, I guess that spot is just a despawn spot. Okay, well, I guess we're not doing that anymore. I'm gonna reload the area just so it respawns quicker. That's odd. There's a despawn spot, but over on the north, apparently? That's weird. I didn't know that that was like the edge of its spawn spot. So what else are we supposed to do, I guess, but then just let it come this way, I guess. That's weird that using that causes it to despawn. Okay, well, note to self, never use Bull Down on this thing. Now you can see why the monsters are really annoying to farm, though. Like, they're hard to find since there's only 2 of them in the whole area. And they're very awkward to farm because of what you saw just there that could happen, I guess, apparently. What's weird is you're supposed to be able to shove them into the air to be able to do the burst, so if you can't do that, then you'll just be respawning regularly instead. There's the topple. Okay, well, at least we somehow killed it. It counted as a kill there, but it seems like that's just a really awkward spot to farm it. Not to self, don't farm it in there apparently, farm it somewhere else. But now you can kind of see the weird shenanigans that can happen while in the river. Keep in mind, this monster is one of the most gigantic monsters in the game. So it's very easy for it to just get hit too high out of the water, which will instantly kill it. And Or to sometimes get hit too far at a different side and just instantly kill it. Which is annoying because we were able to do it normally at first, but then we just kind of got stuck. At least we're starting to regularly get the drops, which is not terrible. Obviously, if we did take out the super boss, we would have a much better chance of getting materials. The problem is, we'd have to make everybody level 99, not just Noah, not just the other characters, Noah included. I'd have to do probably more of a realistic strategy to actually kill it. The ideal thing you want to have happen, which is what's happening right now, though, is I guess the reason why that the Ravoon kept on despawning is because I think we keep on bursting it too far out of its actual spawn area. That kind of reminds me of a similar thing that can happen with some monsters in World of Warcraft. I know if you take them too far away from their spawn point, they'll eventually just run away anyway. That was close. That was almost a miss on the burst. About last minute. Get a free burst from here, and hopefully we should have another burst with a couple others. Again, use the chain attack. Might actually be better to just pick whoever and just use all their healers to try and get a good percent going. Right. For all that, he somehow... Oh wait, I didn't even know we broke during that whole shenanigan. If I know that, then I wouldn't have used that. Since we got... So that was, of course, a backup strat there. So I guess there is a reason to chain this after all, since chaining removes debuffs, so I just want to show you that's another way to remove debuffs. Although alternatively, you could also just put the debuff resisting on every single person. Get that to like 100% and you won't have to worry about it doing stuff. Though you also don't have to worry about it if people would actually do the combo properly. But we got some misses and misses. Oh, it's kind of unlucky. Ultimately, pretty unlucky there. Need the Elegant Ravoon coin, which seems to be dropping a lot lesser. Which is kind of dumb considering this is a purple material. It should be dropping more often, but I feel like we're just getting the other one. That's another annoying thing. You can't just get purple materials. Those aren't enough. Alright, so Blur of the Ocean is the one we want to watch out for. That's its Shackle Arts debuff. Alright. The good thing is, it is giving Noah a whopping 436 CP every time we defeat one of these while we're under leveled. We could technically fight the super boss with under rank 10 gems. It'd just be really brutal. It'd take a long time. Typically you want rank 10 gems for them. I guess one thing you could do is just skip these particular materials and not have Moon Spirit and just farm all of the other ones and then just wait to farm the rank 10s later. But then it's still super risky. Obviously I'm not going to make you guys deal with this for a while, but I do want to show you that. Yep, this is another one of the more brutal grinds. Simply due to the fact that there's much lesser of these Moringa in good spots than any other monster in the game. Although, technically there's... Oh, okay, I guess apparently there's a bird here, but... they're just so spread out. It will require you to travel a decent length of time if you want to fight them. And of course they have that annoying glitch that could happen that actually I think is just more or less part of the game, where if you take them too far out of their spawn zone, they'll just instantly despawn. Did we even get a material there? Oh, there is one. It was just one. That's just the luck of a jaw there, by the way. Kind of unlucky to get that. Anyway, the biggest thing I don't like about these monsters is simply because of the fact that, again, it's very tedious to get behind and actually break, topple, and daze properly. The only good thing is they're automatically level 80. It's probably faster to just do this. Just, like I said, get rid of the art recharge. That way we can get it back into our replay way. By the way, that's another thing you can do. You can cancel chains early if you don't want the extra damage. Typically you want it, but the main reason we even did it is, like I mentioned before, remove that nasty art that it uses. I need to remember that that's probably the time I should chain, because, like, not being able to use any arts at all is just really brittle. Oh, it jumped really far over there. I've never seen that either. Okay, that's more of a time waster than anything, because it forced us to walk all the long way around just to get to it. For that, you're gonna get a beam with the hammer, mister. So you can see these enemies are just really annoying. Even if you get past all the stuff, they have some really annoying arts. Their drops are really hard to pick up, and they're just hard to find and actually KO. Like I said, it's one of the worst monsters in the game. And we took it too far out of its spawn point, so it just... away. Again, how are you supposed to know how far it patrols? Because, like... typically, you would never have to worry about that over your playthrough, but this part is just really real. There's no way to know if you take it too far out of its spawn either. Hey, well, at least I'm picking up the drops this time. Still, as you can see, it's quite a frustrating monster to farm. It takes almost just as long as the elite to farm, if not longer. That was close. Almost didn't get the days. Late burst as well. Oh! Nope. Not gonna get us this time with that stupid ability. We interrupted it. That's what you want to normally have happen, but it could be pretty unlucky when they do it as you're doing other materials. This is gonna be the last one I farm, obviously, because I do have a video scheduled to make, and I can't waste my time farming this one really weird monster to take out. At least we KO'd it. Technically KO'd it though, because we took it too far away. So, more often than not, this one will get failed or run too far away. Don't worry too much when it happens, though. I guess the good thing about it is it does respawn right away when you do that. So you can instantly get back to farming. But I do need a couple of other items. Alright, so now we have to move on to the next monster, unfortunately. Probably should have accepted this. The nearest point for this is, Salah's Terrace Camp or something. I have no idea what that is, so I'm gonna have to look around every single point. Well, actually, I can filter the search. Rest spot. Oh, I could just look at it via this. Alright, that should help out. Do I not have this? Oh, here it is. Celeste Terrace Camp. Like I said, this looks like it was in a weird spot. It's in, like, probably in the middle of nowhere. Who knows? Alright. This is a weird spot indeed. Oh, wow. We still have these stupid things to see. Yeah, used every last Ever Center. His own fault by not keying eye out. The CV for channel somewhere. It's a good idea to pick up. We're still getting info, by the way. After all this old shenanigans we've done, we still have to do info. Ah, but great. I guess we're doing it now. See what this is about. Those Ever cylinders are pretty handy, we use them in Piranha's Hulks and for crafting gems as well. Great replacement when you no longer have a flame clock. It'd be a no-brainer to carry a couple of them around, though. It's not that simple. First of all, you need to find an Ether channel before you can store the Ether. That is true. You don't exactly trip over those every day. Don't you use Ether channel Discover? Is that a real thing? Should be, if Riku not mistaken, would make finding it easy-ceasy. That would solve all our Ether troubles. Indeed. All I have to do is load 5 Ether cylinders into Discover, and it locate Ether channel. Well, that doesn't sound simple. Wait, 5 cylinders? Your cylinder with few cylinders worth of Ether machine requires 5 cylinders. That doesn't compute at all. Exactly why nobody used. Man, you got our hopes up. Seems there will be no shortcuts in this endeavor. Seems not. Another bonus experience we definitely do not need, but, whatever. If anybody wonders where iQuest went, well, I guess you know now. But yeah, anyways, this is the closest camp. I think you can actually find that going up here. Something I know, though. It's called. Oh, it's near Orochi's Crag. But the nearest camp was to over there. I don't know where Orochi's Crag is, though. Like I said, I haven't been to this area in a while. It's actually a bit good, as maybe I should. Oh. It might be over here, actually. Never mind. This random part that I clearly haven't explored yet is probably where it is. Because knowing my lot, that's what everything is. Just we happen to not go the right way. Okay, well, at least we have some Ether channels around here. Okay, we're gonna keep going here anyway, because we did farm... Sorry, I have no idea where Orangey's Greg is, though. I say I'm not... Oh, it could be below there, I guess. That sounds like it would be, like, some kind of, like, cornered point. Oh, actually... No, that's a Serpon. I thought the Anloods were some kind of those big, giant serpents. Okay, we dropped down here. But... Alright, I wanted to take a good look to make sure, but... And yes, I am determined to show at least 2 monsters in this video, but for some reason I couldn't find a spot, so give me a minute while I look this up. Well, I feel really dumb, because here... It's actually a landmark that it's nearby, and it's right over here, which is a lot more closer than I thought. That's actually kind of frustrating that I missed that, of all things. Okay, we're definitely seeing other Anlods, so since we took a long time to get here, we are going to kill those as well. Just to show you guys that you don't always need to defeat the unique to get a good reward. You can get almost just as good of a reward, if not maybe even more, by just killing the other monsters. Another reason why I'm probably ranking Valhalla to level 1, if, by the way, anybody wonders why, it's not just for the... I guess you could also just have only healers and tanks, but that wouldn't work because you need... Okay, here we go. So this is a unique we also missed, so we'll be getting its soul hack done as well. But anyways, this is the unique we're going to be farming for this next one. And give it a nice long farm. We're trying to get other stuff from it, other weapons. Anyway, anyways, another real reason why we have Noah at such a low level is simply because it makes it much easier to complete the loop. Also, somebody must have missed a topple. Normally somebody does have a topple ready by now, and I think Cena is on a topple. So Cena must have just straight up missed her topple, or resisted. Or it resisted, and so it ended up messing up. Kind of annoying when topple of all things is what ends up getting created, because typically topple is used right away. Just breaking will be fine at this point. Okay, I have to use days. I'm deciding to wait a little bit to see if somebody instantly days. Okay, that drop kind of worked. We got our stair. I should use this for some sand build. There we go. Now we have our own burst if we need to. I can see why I specifically set up that. We did get a couple of Anlood bugs from just farming other areas. Like I said, these enemies are in some really good spots. I think we all just wasted our points and dodged a lot of our points there. That's what caused it to take a while for it to topple. So it might have an evasion right now, I think of it. By the way, we might not need to farm this for long. If we get all the materials in one battle, then that's good. No need to farm it for as long. You can end battles early at any point, and I might start doing that come this next failure if we no longer need materials for the monster we're fighting. But obviously we are going to have to kill this one, since, again, we've not killed it yet. So I guess what I'll do is, when I have a decent amount of materials, I might just chain. We need a few more rich selling and bones. Those are purple items, which thankfully are pretty common drop from these, it seems like, so we seem to have no problems getting most of them. That was unlucky. Almost had to wait for a few days there just to get them down. Now if you are trying to just naturally take out the unique, Orbos is typically one of the best ways to do it. Just stalling and waiting for your Orbos to fill up and then just automatically putting everyone in Orbos level 3. Set up in such a way that it has launch more often than not. That means you want Lance for topple and launch. And I think, nope, just make sure that it's the main controlled one so that you can smash, I guess. That's typically how you would take out uniques normally come the end game. You actually do that as early as after you unlock it, and it'll significantly improve your chances of beating it. I'll say that much. Obviously, we're not doing that because right now we want to get the materials more than anything. I'm going to continue for a bit longer just in case there are other materials needed from this. Just saves having to farm them later. This game. Really? They still didn't have days up? Sometimes I feel like the bots are dumb also, and occasionally just won't even use their days, although they usually do at the IOA, so I'm guessing they're just using too many of them at once. There we go. First when I go to use it. See, right there, if I used the Ice Crush there instead, I would have gotten them right. Well, there should be at least a couple first ready. Okay, so they did use the days, it just took longer to play out as the animation was slightly longer. There we go. Good timing on that burst, by the way. We got rid of the... okay, we got our materials we need, but... just like before with my other monsters, we're gonna try and get at least a couple more, just so that we can have close to 30 of all the other materials, and maybe even higher the purple materials, because sometimes you need the same materials from 2 monsters, though. So far, you typically only have to fight and cover materials 1 time. Alright, yeah. By the way, much faster grind than the previous one, because it's much easier to keep this in place than the previous monster I mentioned. Now I've come to think of it, Ravoon might be one of the most annoying grinds to do in the whole game. But it's easier than that stupid travel grind, because you all know how that went. Let me tell you, travels are some of the hardest enemies to grind in this game. Because the highest level spawn they have is level 21, something like that. Or 24, which isn't even that high of a level. I thought I had wasted my time there. I'm not going to chain them. Get like a couple more burst troubles. So, what I'll do instead... Alright, so I got the first thing done that I wanted, so now we're going to... well, freeze at this instead, but not necessarily do that days. This just ensures that we keep the topple multiplier going into this chain, and we'll just kill him normally. Come to once we finish that off, we'll then do a final days of burst combo before we end the battle. I'm doing this just to end the battle a bit faster. Just remember, we haven't killed this monster yet, so we still have to actually kill it to get its drops. I should probably go with whatever the second Ravoon is, unless I don't get much of an opportunity here. Particularly, Tyone and Yumi would actually not be terrible, since getting an attacker art does do more damage than doing something else. Alright, instead, I'm gonna just use Mia. Mia be right here. It's a bit risky because it doesn't mean the attacker is not guaranteed to come back here, but even if it did, it probably wouldn't be that effective right now. Oh, okay, so of course it comes back. Oh, so you know, we actually did get a Union. Well, we're definitely doing that one again, specifically for the reasons I mentioned before, because the attacker art should do a lot more damage than any other one. Now. There we go. Alright, let's see what they do. Yeah, it's not gonna be 2 points off of a 100% again. Okay, that worked. But for some reason didn't give us a lot of stuff. Okay, we got Tyone, so we can get the slightly better orbital start off at the end here. We want to kill this, obviously, and get at least one more burst while we're doing that at the same time. That was a secret way to finish it off there. Using a couple arts just to, again, boost that percentage to 300% and then end the vow. Honestly, I'm not sure if this was faster or just doing it normally, but I feel like this was faster doing it normally, and also we do not have to farm Anlood these heroes anymore. And we get another unique monster take out. We completely missed this one, so most of these were probably because like they straight up were higher level than us. We are getting some more Deathlight coins from us, so this will help out. By the way, I'm getting really low on no pun coins yet, and I might have to start farming other stuff, though we are getting a lot of materials from other stuff. But anyways, this video's gone on for a pretty long time. It's time to end the episode. Yes, I'm trying to have videos under 40 minutes if possible now, as part of the set. So yeah, unfortunately, it's sad to say, I'm ending this episode right here, guys. Still, I hope you guys enjoyed. We like you enjoyed this. Comment, rate, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.